Hi, my name is Sophia Jackson, and I'm a Humber graduate from the Business Management Program 1993, as well as the Child and Youth Worker Program of 2014. I'm an author and speaker and the founder of Soulful Colour. This is my Humber story. I would say some of the biggest takeaways was just, being adaptable and resiliency. A lot of my resilience was built through my Humber years. And those things come into play, especially when you're working in different environments and supporting. I've worked in a group home environment, youth custody, justice and detention environments. And so being able to have that resiliency, not just for yourself, but also for those that you support. The best piece of advice that I received from the Child and Youth Worker Program is just to trust yourself, trust your gut. The class that it was in, we were talking about vicarious trauma and self-care. As a support worker working in the social services, you tend to take care of others before you take care of yourself. So it's like, how can you actively practice self-care? And people started throwing out ideas, what they do, and somebody said coloring, and that clicked for me, and I started coloring as a self-care practice. The first coloring book that I created it got published in 2017, and it's called Soulful Colour, an affirmation coloring book for your inner child. And then the second one I published in 2021. So I worked with my brother on that over the pandemic. And that's called Soulful Colour, Mindset Money Matters, an affirmation coloring book for your inner child. So I really put a lot of focus on the second one towards mental health and money, the connection, and setting a tone and mindset for financial independence, financial literacy, generational wealth, and things like that. So the imagery is around that in the second book. The first one's more self-love and being mindful, self-esteem, and positive self-talk. And it turned into something way bigger than I could have even imagined.
I would be missed now if you were half the man you said you were.
My music is my first love.
You ain't half a man.
And I wanted to record my album. I had been writing for years and really wanted to put a project together. And it's time we officially meet.
Some morning somewhere, lost and colored and colored.
Yeah, some of the artists that I've shared stages with, performed with, we're talking about, pioneers in the Toronto scene, Divine Brown, Julie Black, Glenn Lewis, Cardinal, Socrates. The role music plays in my life is calming. It is my creativity. It is my, it set the stage, pun intended, for me to be confident. Being able to, have that talent to sing, to perform, and to not be afraid really opens up your possibilities, right? To be fearless and to let your light and your talents shine through. The impact that I would love Soulful Colour to have, positively impact the lives of others. How can I do that? How can I show up and positively impact? How can the books do that? And it's something so simple, a coloring book, you would just think, ugh. But when you connect the positive inspirational messages along with the imagery, it really gives a deeper connection from a mindfulness standpoint, meditative, cognitive. There's so many different things that are at play when we're talking about an art therapy like this, and then you put in the representation and diversity piece to it as well, and it speaks on a whole other level. My name is Sophia Jackson, and I am a proud Humber grad.
No shame to